the assumptions in the Darcy law is that when when he tested in the lab, when he determined the coefficient permeability, तो उन्होंने कुछ assumption लिए थे. The flow, सबसे पहले इन्होंने सबसे important assumption क्या लिया था कि जब हम when we say that velocity is directly proportional to hydraulic gradient, that means when we are testing in any kind of soil, the soil must be fully saturated. Means the soil should be fully saturated, means the pore between the solid grain should be completely filled with the water. The soil should not be dry, it should be completely saturated. And the second assumption he has taken, the flow through the soil is laminar. आप सोचेंगे laminar का, laminar is like a when the fluid flow, for example, when we have taken two layers and they are going in the streamline direction, means the direction of the flow of fluid is taken in the same direction, and the flow is like a streamline. It is like it is flowing between the layers. The relative velocity between the two layers is same, so that flow is said to be laminar. So what taken that the flow should be when the fluid flowing through the soil, it should be flow in a laminar way. Okay, it should be the streamline flow. That means there is important relationship, Reynolds number. Reynolds number should always be less than 1, always be taken less than equal to 1. Reynolds number which is also which is actually a constant, is taken equal to less than equal to 1. ये दोस्तों ये हमेशा पूछा जाता है when we are deriving Darcy law, तो what should be the value of Reynolds number, और आपको एक न्यूमेरिकल भी दिया जा सकता है. So when it is deriving about the Darcy law पे आपको क्वेश्चन आता है, so you always take the Reynolds number is equal to less than equal to 1. And the another important assumption, the solid grain, the shape of the set particular solid grain will be completely spherical. Means the shape जो हमारा solid grains का होगा वो पूरा sphere के form में होगा. तो बेसिकली कि आपका जो assumptions है कि the Reynolds number, value of Reynolds number is equal less than equal to 1. When the Reynolds number less than equal to 1, that particular soil will said to be through that particular soil will be taken as the laminar. When the Reynolds number value is less than equal to 1, and the flow should be continuous and steady. The flow should always be continuous, in the form of continuous and steady. And the total cross sectional area of the soil mass is considered when, जैसे मैंने अभी आपको स्टार्टिंग में बताया कि जो एक्चुअल में हमारा फ्लो होता है, जब हम कोई भी सॉइल मास का देखते हैं कि परमेबिलिटी मेजर करते हैं, तो एक्चुअली क्या होता है कि जो हमारा फ्लूइड फ्लो कर रहा है, दैट द पर्टिकुलर फ्लूइड इज फ्लोइंग थ्रू द voids, to the voids of the soil mass, to the voids जो हमारे soil grains के बीच की जो distance है उसके थ्रू फ्लो कर रहा है. But when we are deriving, when we are considering the total permeability according to the Darcy, then he said the what I have taken, I have taken the whole cross sectional area of the soil mass. Means जो उन्होंने permeability measure करी उसमें जो soil mass को उन्होंने completely उसको assumption में लिया, but in actual the flow is always taken through the, will always come through the voids between the solid grains. And the another important assumption is taken, the temperature at the time of testing is 27 डिग्री सेल्सियस. जैसे भी मैंने आपको बताया कि जो हमारा स्टैंडर्ड रूम का हम कोई भी लेबोरेटरी टेस्ट करते हैं तो 27 डिग्री सेल्सियस पे हम मेजर करते हैं. रूम टेम्परेचर, स्टैंडर्ड रूम टेम्परेचर 27 डिग्री सेल्सियस होता है. So if we want to derive any means the permeability at any standard temperature, we can derive so the relationship which I have shown to you in the before slide. Okay, so now it comes the another important property comes seepage velocity और actual true velocity. जैसा कि दोस्तों मैंने आपको बताया कि जो flow होता है वो voids के through actual होता है, तो we can also say that the as we know according to the Darcy law, he said velocity is equal to Ki, means where K is the coefficient of permeability and I is a hydraulic gradient. But this particular clay is not the actual permeability, and the velocity what we are taking is not the actual velocity, because he has taken assumption the flow of fluid is taking to the whole soil mass, but in actual the flow is always take to the voids of the soil mass. दोस्तों आप इसको एक मतलब आप एक फॉर एग्जांपल एक वैसा ले सकते हैं कि जब भी फॉर एग्जांपल जब भी हम कोई अगर हमने फॉर एग्जांपल एक हैंड दिया हुआ है एंड जब हम उस पर पानी डालेंगे तो कहाँ से पानी निकल सकता है, टू द डिस्टेंस बिटवीन द फिंगर, बिकॉज जब तक कि पानी को स्पेस, कोई भी फ्लूइड को अगर स्पेस नहीं मिलेगी देन हाउ इट कैन फ्लो. सो दैट इज वाई कि जो हमारी जो ट्रू वेलोसिटी होती है, जो सीपेज